Okay.
7:45.
Oh, was it 7:45? We're live? I called to order the Board of Zoning and Appeals meeting for Thursday, January 27th. We will rise to say the pledge of allegiance.
And to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please take roll. Members of the board, Kane,
Here.
Smolik is excused. Masterson,
here.
Thibodeau.
Here.
Kimball is excused. Winkle.
Here.
Members of the administration, Chief Building Official Furston,
Here.
Assistant Law Director Morgan,
Here.
Planning and Economic Development Director Kimberly Lieber.
Here. Okay, so we do have to have an election of our officers. So I am opening up the floor for nominations for the position of chairperson. I nominate Tom Kimball. Are there any other nominations? Okay. Will you please take roll?
Kane,
Yes.
Masterson,
Yes.
Thibodeau.
Yes.
Who is the chairperson?
I will open the floor for nominations for the position of vice chairperson.
I nominate Linda Masterson, chairperson. Second.
Will clerk please take roll?
Kane,
Yes.
Thibodeau,
Yes.
Masterson. Sorry, Masterson is the chairperson by assertion.
Okay, thank you. I will now open the nominations for the position of secretary. I nominate Tina. Clerk, please take roll.
Kane,
Yes.
Masterson,
Yes.
Thibodeau.
Yes.
I am secretary.
Okay, I am now opening the floor for nominations for the position of the Board of Flood and Drainage Control Liaison. I nominate James Kane.
Second.
We still have to vote.
Kane,
Yes.
Masterson,
Yes.
Thibodeau.
Yes.
By assertion, you are now the liaison to the board of drainage. and flooding.
Okay, and then I will make a nomination for the alternate. I'll nominate myself.
Kane,
Yes.
Thibodeau,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Masterson is the alternate liaison by assertion.
Okay, so moving on, does anybody have any changes to the meeting minutes of our meeting Thursday, December 16th? Hearing none, I make a motion to accept as submitted.
Second.
Good, okay. Planning commission reports. Are you on planning commission, Cliff? Okay.
And
So that's James Smolik, and he's not here. So do we have any other correspondence?
No.
Hearing none, I did want to introduce everybody to Kimberly Lieber, who has a new position with the city, and I was hoping that you could tell our board members a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm pleased to be here. I'm Kim Lieber, and I am a certified planner by trade, and so I'll be helping the city and our residents with our planning and economic development efforts. So leading our master plan updates, working on some business attraction and other types of related projects. I'm pretty familiar with the operation of boards and commissions. I worked as planning and development director in the city of North Olmsted for 18 years and was staffed to the Planning and Design Commission, the BZBA, Landmarks Commission, Arts Commission. So I'm familiar with inner workings, although I look forward to getting to know how you're the same and how you're different, and what I can do to be of service to you in your role here. So I look forward to getting to know you all better as year progresses. So I'm sure we'll have more chats about zoning matters in future coming meetings.
We're looking forward to working with you as well. Thank you. Okay, we will move on to the public hearings.
You want me to read the first half?
Yes, please. Can you please read the first application?
Yes. Applicant Philip Alvarado, 6823 Glendale Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Owner Philip and Dahlia Alvarado, 6823 Glendale Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio. Requesting to build a home with 15-foot variance for setback to north property line. Applicant shows 35 feet. NRCO 1250.04 B1A requires the depth of front yards shall not be less than 50 feet, and 1294.01 G8 requires lots having two intersecting streets shall contain the 50-foot depth of front yards on both streets. Location 6823 Glendale Road in an R1 district. Permanent parcel number 0700009118001. Case number PPZ 2021-0099.
Is there anybody here on behalf of this application? Do you want to go up to the podium? We're going to ask you to state your name and your address for the record.
Philip Alvarado. My current address is 801 Timothy Lane, Cleveland, Ohio 44109. That address is where I would like to build a house at.
Okay, I do have to swear you in. Do you swear or affirm that the statements that you are about to make before the Zoning and Building Board of Appeals for the City of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury? Okay, thank you. Proceed with your application, please.
So just looking at the property line, it's a corner lot on Glendale. So when I went out to the property and saw it all staked out, it looked a little too close to the neighbor's side. And I kind of wanted to look a little bit more centered on the property, kind of like the house across the street is a newer build. I believe they were building like 18. They're kind of more centered on their property, and our property is very similar to that property. And so basically, I just kind of want to move the house over just a little bit more, so it's just centered on the property, just a little more room on the neighbor's side. There's no neighbors to the left, so that should just look up and
So part of the reason why you're needing the variance is because when you have a corner lot, you need to have sight and visual. You need to be able to see around corners. One of the reasons for our board is because there comes interesting and unique situations. The street that's next to you is pretty much a dead-end street, and there's only one other.
right.
There's very limited houses. Where the house is going to be, you're not going to be impeding your view from a sidewalk at all. From the standpoint of lining it up with the house across the street, that does make a lot of sense because it seems like houses were built over the decades. So I think you've met the requirements of practical difficulties. Is there any other comments?
Madam Chairman, I don't see a problem with it. I see a few other corner lots around the city where we've granted them in the past, even prior to me being on the board. So, Madam Chairman, I'll move that we approve the application. Oh, sorry.
Does anybody in the audience want to speak on behalf of this matter?
Madam Chairman, I move that we approve this application.
I second. Clerk, please take roll.
Kane,
Yes.
Thibodeau,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes. You want to bring it up here? We'll give you that.
Ready for one more check. Good. So,
Thank you.
Will the clerk please read the next application?
Applicant number 2, applicant William Foster, American Construction Group Limited, 6337 Chittenden Road, Hudson, Ohio, 44236. Owner Jordan and Samantha Stanley, 37400 White Feather Avenue, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Requesting a variance to NRC 01294.01 E2 for a concrete pool deck 4 feet from both side property lines, requiring a 1-foot variance on both side setbacks. Location 37400 White Feather Avenue in a PCD R1 district. Permanent parcel number 0700033118-041. Case number PPZ 2021-0100.
Is there anyone here on behalf of this application you want to come up to the podium so we can have the statement? Where you in?
Jordan Stanley, 37400 White Feather Ave, Ridgeville.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the statements you are about to make before this Zoning and Building Board of Appeals for the City of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Proceed.
Okay, so see on the property. I'm owed, I've got the design as a 5-foot pool deck all the way around. When we turned it in to get the permit approved, we were told that we had to be at least 5 foot away from the property lines on each side to keep water from impinging on our neighbor's property. The thing with that is that the way that our yards are designed, and I can pass this around and show you, is on our property lines, the water swells right to the middle of it, and the water all runs back. There's no gutters, all the water is designed to run in between the properties and go back to the ditch. We have a 4-foot drop from the back to the ditch. And the way it's designed, it's impossible for any water to, all our water just runs right towards the middle of our properties. So it's 1 foot on each side. The way it is designed right there. If it's not approved, I have to take my pool deck back to 4 feet to give me 5 feet in between.
Sir, just to clarify, it's the reason, according to the ordinances, is the concrete,
Has to be 5 foot away from the property.
just the concrete. It doesn't have anything to do about it.
Correct.
Okay, just to be clear, it's,
Yeah, whenever there's a body of water associated with it, you have to be 5 feet away from the property line.
just, I wanted you to understand that that's what it was about, okay?
So I don't know if you want to see.
Oh, I've been to the property.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's a very and no matter what you put up, wherever it is, you can't put your water into your neighbor's yard.
Correct.
Yeah, very interesting yards over there. And they're very interesting. You don't have a lot of space, and it's
Correct.
your terrain is unique. And it looks like to me that the practical difficulty would be you need some space around the pool deck. You would be allowed to put a shed or a patio all the way up to the fence, wouldn't you? You would not be allowed to put a patio up all the way,
Patio. You can't turn the water though,
but you could put a patio up to a fence.
concrete patio, yes.
All right, does any of the other board members have any other questions or comments? Any,
Looks like a well thought out plan.
Yeah.
Familiar with no links and no links and is accurate with the drainage. It's kind of just, it's kind of go in the
It
middle.
literally does right there, and now everything is designed to go, I mean, the water's already designed to flow that way. It's
and you
great.
have a huge ditch behind you.
And I'll still be 4 feet away from where that water comes off. I just don't see any way that I would be putting water on the property line once the earthquake comes and water all flows out.
Well, and the concrete is bonded, correct?
Yes.
So it's not as if that's a safety issue. Is there anybody here in the audience wanting to speak on behalf of this matter? Do you want to say something on this matter, sir?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I noticed your property significantly slopes to the rear property line. How is the pool going to fit in with that? Are you going to dig out and step down to the pool? Or are you going to try and build up?
So the pool will go to the grade that's at the front of the house, and then we will grade it out and gently, and then it will grade down after the concrete is placed.
You're going to build up the backside of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to try and raise that backyard up to make it more significant slope into the neighbor's yard?
No.
Hearing nobody wanting to speak on this matter, the board will entertain a motion.
Motion to accept.
Second.
So please take roll.
Kane,
Yes.
Thibodeau,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
And recess down into that.
Will the clerk please read the next application?
Applicant Nicholas Barnes, 36214 Lands End, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Owner, same. Request, the applicant proposes to construct a fence. Property is zoned R1 Residence District. Requests a half-foot variance for height of a fence on a corner lot. Applicant shows 4 feet, code permits 3.5 feet, section 1294.01 H1A.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of this matter?
Yes.
you state your name and address for the,
Sure. Nicholas Barnes, address is 36214 Lands End Drive, North Ridgeville.
okay. That's where you in. Do you swear or affirm that the statements you are about to make before the zoning board, the zoning and building board of appeals for the city of North Ridgeville are as true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. Proceed with your application.
Okay. So as I said, just trying to get just a little bit higher fence there on the street side. So I have a hot tub and a future pool that'll be back there. Kids that I have as well. So I'm just asking for a little bit higher of a fence to keep the kids in, keep the animals in, and then also to keep any curious people out of the yard as well. Just by it's a corner lot on not a main street, but a main street I would say within the development. So that's the reason why I would like the fence to be a little higher.
Okay, and on your application, you're gonna be running that fence off of the rear of the house, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and as I recall, isn't this something that we're looking at in regards to changing our ordinances about? Because I thought you can't buy a 3.5 foot fence.
Yeah, they said that's a
Availability
special
of
order.
4 foot high fences, from what we found out, and one of the council people right now is proposing to raise that to a 4 foot high fence, 50% open. in the front
Okay.
yards.
So, okay, so, and you're only asking for a 1/2 foot variance. What kind of dogs do you have?
So I've got a teacup Yorkie and a cane corso.
Oh,
And, and,
well, both beautiful dogs.
yeah, so.
So you're afraid of the teacup poodle?
Well, you might be able to fit through the fence.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, like I said, it's a special order to get a fence in that size. We're going to be changing the ordinance soon. So in a couple months, having this work out is probably, it's not gonna be necessary. Is there anybody in the audience here to speak on behalf of this matter? Hearing none, the board will entertain a motion.
I move we accept the application, Madam Chairman.
Second.
Clerk, please take roll.
Kane,
Yes.
Thibodeau,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion passed.
So let me guess, the cane corso is the nicer dog?
I mean.
Because I have a little tiny poodle and she's got a huge attitude. You want to come on up? Okay. So the cane corsos are usually big squishy dogs. Oh, yeah. Because our friends had 2 cane corsos and a chihuahua, and chihuahua literally beats up cane corsos. Have a good day, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Will the clerk please read the final application?
Applicant Aaron A. Russ, ProCare BeCare, 34303 Mills Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Owner David and Vicky Stump, 36525 Center Ridge Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Requesting a similar use determination. NRCO 1274.04A does not list landscaping businesses as permitted uses in the B5 district. NRCO 1272.04E, location 36525 Center Ridge Road in a B5 district, permanent parcel number 07000281034140, case number PPZ 2022-0102.
Okay, is there anyone here to speak on behalf of this matter? Whoever's speaking needs to come up and be sworn in.
Good evening, my name is Aaron Andrew Ross.
I need you to, your name and address, sir.
Yes, my name is Aaron Andrew Ross, 34303 Mills Road, North Ridgeville, 44039.
Okay, and then you, sir, I need you to do the same.
David Stump, 36525 Center Ridge Road.
Okay, then I need you both to come up. I'm gonna swear you both in. Do you swear or affirm that the statements you are about to make before the Zoning and Building Board of Appeals for the City of Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Proceed with your application.
So, what I would like is, as of right now, our company is based on Mills Road, where we are leasing a building. And since back in the days in 2019, we had a kind of major robbery back there, which was never solved. Since then, I was just trying to look around the city to find a property where I can move the base of the company. So we are a landscaping company since 2006. Most of our work is done as a residential and commercial properties. So I'm not looking to open up a landscaping supply store. What I would like is just to be able to build 2 commercial size pole barn for all the equipment what's before. So to be everything stored in a secure place.
Isn't there a house on the property?
Yes, it is.
And the house is gonna stay there?
Yes,
So you wanna have the house and a commercial structure?
yes.
Is anybody from the administration like to speak on behalf of this matter?
Madam Chair, I just have a question for clarity. What is he asking for here, the light use determination?
Whether that use is permitted in that zoning district.
So he's just asking to build with storage.
He's asking if the use of the landscaping business is a permitted or similar use to what's allowed in that zoning district. Nothing in the B5 says you can have a landscaping business there,
So he's asking for that determination.
a light use determination.
Not to build, to build.
Correct.
Okay, all
To
right,
build something, he's got to go to planning commission.
okay, I just want to clear that.
Would you like to speak on this?
Yes, thank you. I have a question. Would your intent be to have any storage or use of the property outside of those buildings? What type of, can you describe how the property would be used a little bit further?
So I was already looking into with a couple of companies who can build a pole barn. So what I'm looking to have at least 2 pole barns with at least 4 commercial garage doors. Because we are running 4 crews during the season. So as of right now, we even close till March. But during the season, March to December, I do have employees and there are 4 crews out on the job from 7:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the afternoon. So when we are gonna be back at the shop at the base, it will be very nice just to back up a truck and trailer, close the garage door and just call it a day.
So no outdoor storage uses or outdoor uses of any kind outside of this building?
So yeah, no mulch, no plants, nothing like that.
I have.
I guess just a follow-up comment. So just looking at the intent of the district, B5 is the one district that has like an architectural character requirement to it, which is unique and distinct in the city, that requires certain features consistent with the Western Reserve architecture. It's really that Georgian look. So I would have some concerns that the type of construction or the type of business in the buildings that lend itself to that business might not lend itself to that architectural style. So I have some concerns about the feasibility of that. Could potentially have costs when you're looking to kind of put up an inexpensive pole barn for storage, but now the structure needs to be of that character that might just result in future cost for deviation from the code. So I think the administration has some concerns about that similar use determination and how it would actually be realized for this project.
I have another area of concern. So I understand what you're looking for is to see if it's a like use. Can somebody answer me? I thought that we removed all residential in business districts. I didn't think that you couldn't have mixed use. I didn't think that you could have a house and a commercial structure. I thought they had been grandfathered in. They'd have to be grandfathered in. Go on, Tom, please, sir.
Residential use has been removed from B1, 2, and 3. There was no residential use in B4. And B5 always had the provision that you can have a residential use with the B5 as long as you had a minimum 1,040 square feet to have a residential use with the business, and that wasn't removed. The house would be, in this instance, would be grandfathered in because it predates the zoning of that property.
Okay, maybe I didn't state my question clearly. If you were going to, if you had B4 property, could I put a residence on it and then a commercial structure on it?
No,
Yeah, thank you, that's what I was looking for.
because B4 never allowed for residential.
And this is
B5.
I'm sorry, B5. Does B5 allow you to do that?
Yes,
So if I had a vacant piece of B5 property, I could build a residential structure and a commercial
and a
structure.
business, yes.
But this is also our historic district, correct?
Correct. But it does require that style of architecture that the economic director pointed out. And the applicant was informed of that requirement.
Anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns?
Madam Chair, when I look at an ordinance, I guess, trying to look at it black and white, and you just ask for it, is it set the same character as the other businesses listed there? And the only thing I see in the ordinance would be plumbing and HVAC shop and supplies, which would be more of a contracting thing. So that's the only one I see that would be to be a similar character as to what's here, but it is in there. So for what that's worth, that is why I did cover when I looked into this.
Because I guess my areas of concern are, I don't think that it was, I can understand why you're asking for the like use. I do understand that. I don't think, I didn't find anything in our ordinances that were similar. Cliff did come up with the one that I did miss, so thank you for that one. I do have concerns. I don't think that it is a like use. I'm sorry. I just don't see that it being like use. Is there anything else that you could tell me that could?
Like, what do you mean you don't think it's a light use?
So the reason why you're here in front of the board is because the building department couldn't give you approval for what you wanted to ask for. So because it wasn't listed in our like uses, you're here in front of us asking if we can give you approval that it's a similar use to. So for example, what is in the list? I'm sorry, I didn't bring my book.
Madam Chair, you want
It's mostly retail. So it starts off with antique stores, apparel and accessory, appliances, art gallery, automobile, banks, bakery, banks, barber shops. So it goes on further. Grocery stores, it's more retail,
Okay,
not, like he said, pink.
It's
And
also
even
listed-
it's a stretch going for plumbing and heating shop. It's supplies only. It's not,
But it's also listed as a garden and lawn supply store.
where do you
So
see
we
that?
have down the street on Center Ridge, Park and Bushel.
That is correct, but that is not in a historic district.
Okay, so that's a garden supply, okay, so that's not a, so down the street, it's
It's a different,
Sagamore landscape supply, like less than a half, sorry, less than a half a mile west on Center.
and I understand, sir, and it's not in the B5 district. It is not in B5 district.
So, and, regarding, like, what I was looking, like, as of right now, yes, the house is on the property. And it's also barn on the property, which one is a wooden barn, probably built in early 1900s. So it's right there. So what I'm looking for, just to have an up-to-date barn, pole barn built by a company from A to Z, and just to be able to store all the valuable equipment.
Oh, and I
I
understand.
lost over $200,000 value in the summer of 2019 off of Mills Road. 189,000 and some, 200,000 value of equipment. I never got, not even a shovel back. I don't even want to talk about 3 dump trucks and trailers and all.
I'm so sorry.
Because they were parked outside, obviously on Mills Road. I had to, it's a shop there, what we rent a 5,000 square foot shop, so we have only 1 truck and 1 trailer in the shop. All the other 3, they were parked outside, never had an issue. But just had bad luck.
And I would love to keep you in the city. I'm just saying that I don't feel that this is a like use in this area. I apologize for that. I do hope that you do find a different. All I can do is address what we have here in front of us. I don't see a similar. I think it's a stretch as far as the garden center, because that's more of a retail structure. I'm thinking that the heating and supplies with what Cliff Winkle was stating also is a little bit of a stretch. I don't think it's quite the exact same thing. I understand that your business would be pretty much you come and you go and there's
Pretty much.
nobody there during the day.
Yes, that's 100% right.
However, it's just in this zoning district, I think that it doesn't meet that. However, what we are gonna do is, if you don't have anything else to add, does the administration have anything more to add? Anybody in the audience? The chair will entertain a motion. I make a motion to decline. Any second?
I'll second.
Just to be clear, to say yes, it means that you're declining the application. Okay? Am I correct? Okay. Will the clerk please take roll?
Kane,
Yes.
Thibodeau,
Yes.
Masterson. Yes.
I am so sorry. It's zoned. It's mostly, it's the B5. Where I got a little goofy because I thought that you couldn't take a vacant piece of property and build
Before, never had, it was mostly stuff that came into the. That's also down the Rank Road by the I-40 turnpike.
And I'm sorry.
And this is a weird city for how all the zoning areas.
I don't do well.
So.
Is there anything else? I adjourn this meeting. I don't do a good job. I stutter.